A good movie usually has a good opening. A good opening will immerse you in the environment that you're about to enter. Now, some movies open slowly because that's what the story needs. But some movies grab you right from the start. Sometimes an opening will do something really original, like in Sunset Boulevard, where they introduce a dead body who's narrating the story. Or they'll kill off the biggest celebrity in the movie in the first 5 minutes, like Scream. Or sometimes they'll open with complete shock. Think of the little girl in The Untouchables.
Oh, that's all right, sweetie. You be careful crossing the street. You tell your mama that...
Mister! Hey, mister! Wait! Mister, wait! You forgot your drink!
Sometimes it just opens with a giant laugh, like Super Troopers, or The Other Guys, or The Naked Gun.
I knew it.
Sometimes they'll open with a great action sequence, like The Spy Who Loved Me, or GoldenEye, or the introduction of Nightcrawler in X-Men 2, or the car chase in Baby Driver, or the collapsing plane in The Dark Knight Rises, or the train chase in Skyfall. Or they'll immerse you in the universe. Think of the opening of Once Upon a Time in the West. It's just 3 guys waiting for a train for 5 minutes, just silently, with little sound effects, cracking knuckles, a drip of water onto a man's hat. Or they'll let you know what the character's all about.
You're gonna go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
Sometimes the opening has great imagery. Think of the opening of The Shining, flying like a ghost to the Overlook Hotel, along with the guests. Or Manhattan. Woody Allen's opening narration talks about his love of the city, and after a few images, you kind of fall in love with it too.
Okay.
Benji, open that door right now!
Yeah, I'm trying.
Rogue Nation opens with a stunt that is so known that it has to be on the list. People talked about the stunt and they've never even seen it. It's an exciting way to open a movie because that's fucking him. And the reason it's great as an opening is it lets you know there's going to be a lot of real danger in this movie. Not just movie danger, real danger. It makes the stakes so much higher for you as an audience member. And you're going to be on the edge of your seat the whole movie. That's why it's a great opening.
How's that?
Austin Powers, this was a fun way to open a movie. The movie is nothing but jokes and fun, and that's what this opening represents. It puts you in the right frame of mind for the entire movie. Mike Myers based it off A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles, but it sets the tone perfectly. There Will Be Blood, possibly the closest thing to a Stanley Kubrick movie since Stanley Kubrick. It starts off with an eerie one note, and they show a mountain, but you don't know why yet. The opening is a character description, but no words are used. Instead of having other characters discuss his character so we know who he is. Oh, you know, Daniel Playville only cares about money, yada, yada, yada. Instead of all that, they let you figure it out for yourself. It's complete silence.
No.
And then you see the mountain, and there's that one note again. It lets you know he's got to climb that entire mountain with a broken leg. But he doesn't go for help. He doesn't go to the hospital. He goes to claim the silver mine with a broken leg. And that's what you got to know about the character. In this movie, he uses his son, he uses God, he uses other people, whatever he can. And you know who he is the entire movie just from this opening. That no matter what he's saying, he's probably lying. Because all he cares about is money.
Explorer, do you copy?
Explorer, permission to retrieve Dr. Stone.
Your go for Houston, this is Explorer. Copy.
All right.
We've lost Houston.
Oh,
We've lost Houston.
bunch crap. We need to get the hell out of here. Need some help there, man? No, don't wait for us.
Stop!
Man down!
Houston, this is
Man down!
Explorer. Copy. Houston, Explorer. Copy.
Explorer's been hit. Astronaut is off structure. Dr. Stone is off structure. Dr. Stone detached. You must detach. If you don't detach, that arm's going to carry you too far. Listen to my voice. You need to focus. I'm losing visual of you. In a few seconds, I won't be able to track you. You need to detach. I can't see you anymore. Do it now. Houston, I've lost visual of Dr. Stone. Houston, I've lost visual of Dr. Stone.
Gravity. What's terrifying about this is the complete silence. Chaos all around you, death all around you, but you can't hear a thing. And yet you're thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from Earth, and you feel like you're there. It's absolutely terrifying. Nothing's been done like this before. When I saw this in the theater, it was dead silent. I was terrified. When they first showed them above Earth, I felt like I was gonna fall. That alone was terrifying. And then you throw the shrapnel in. Jesus fucking Christ, what an opening. But let's just talk about the technological achievements of this shot. Look at the camera angles, for example. It goes from the outside point of view of her spinning, and the camera angle changes and locks onto her face, and now you're spinning with her. How the hell they do that? Much less make you feel like you are in space. This movie is underrated. This movie blew me away, and it was all because of this fucking opening.
You can't let them go.
Should the world know our business? It's murder then. Then murder it is. It's in God's hands now.
Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. It's a cold and a wet out of here.
Perhaps they'll be safe in the rain.
No one brought them here. No one wanted them here.
You could have told them.
Me daft. And what do you think they'd say? They'd think us mad.
Listen. Do you hear it? We must go to them.
I heard nothing. Not I.
Did you hear that? I heard that.
I don't care what anybody says, American Werewolf in London is the greatest werewolf movie ever made. Everything about this 22-minute opening scene is terrifying. The way they did it is so real. Two young guys, they're both funny guys, making jokes. They react the way you would react. The sound of the wolf is unlike any werewolf sound we've heard before. More frightening than the usual werewolf sound. John Landis builds the tension perfectly. With jokes and silence and the conversation in the bar, it just builds and builds and builds. Fantastic movie making.
Hey, wait a minute. We're lost.
Oh, shit, David. What is that?
I don't know. Come on.
Come on, where?
Anywhere. I think we should just keep moving. It's moving. It's circling us.
Oh, fuck.
And just like the two men, you don't see the wolf. But we all know it's there. From the sounds and the conversation at the bar, we know the threat is there. And I love when the jokes die down and the fear begins. It's just so real.
Attack! What? Where are we going?
I don't know. I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay, because...
You really scared me, you shithead.
You gonna help me up or what?
Here he comes.
The lock. Let go of the handle.
I don't have the handle. Open the lock!
Shake up! Come on, move! Get out! Come on!
The opening to The Goonies is never included on any lists, but I think it's flawless. The music is exciting, the edits are exciting. It's a prison break action chase with the three lead bad guys, the Fratellis. But during the chase, they introduce every single character that you need to know. You see Andy leading a cheerleader squad. You see Data with his inventions. You see Chunk get excited.
Oh, shit!
You even see Mouth and learn that he's the plumber's son, which comes in handy later. They even introduce the maid. And the whole chase drops you off at Mikey and Brandon's house.
What is that? Jimmy.
What's up? What's up?
Did I hit something?
What is that?
Is there flat? What? No.
What the fuck? You better pull over and see.
Yeah.
Still alive. No, fucking piece of shit. Die. Don't die. Look at me. Look at my fucking eyes. Die.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I can't think of another movie that opens up with such a shock. When I saw this in the movie theater as a kid, the entire audience gasped when Joe Pesci pulled out that knife. You don't know what to expect. You don't know there's a dead body in the trunk. You don't know that they know there's a dead body in the trunk. It's the introduction to the lifestyle that you're about to see. And the lifestyle is the main character of the movie. And what's rare is that the entire movie, Goodfellas, is just as interesting as the opening shot. Now, this sucks. I wanted to show you one of my favorite opening scenes of all time. But YouTube copyright laws is blocking me from posting it, which makes no sense because the clips I used were downloaded from YouTube. A little girl is walking down the street bouncing a ball. She comes across a pillar and starts bouncing the ball off the pillar. She doesn't see it, but on the pillar is a notice for information about a child murderer. So the ball is bouncing off this wanted poster, and a dark shadow walks into the frame, and he says,
Du hast aber einen schönen Ball.
What a pretty ball you have. And you realize that's the child murderer. This is the Fritz Lang movie from 1931, M. Think of the genius of what you just saw. Only with one image does he show you the innocence of the child, the victim, the problem coming, and the problem showing up, all within one shot, without any words being spoken. The little girl has the ball leads you to the wanted poster leads you to the killer. The mother is waiting for her daughter to return home from school. She becomes more and more worried the later it gets. It's heartbreaking.
Elsie! Elsie!
Peter Lorre takes Elsie to buy a balloon, and she loves how pretty it is.
Fine!
And she's so polite. She thanks him. She's so trusting and so innocent.
Dankeschön!
The way he chooses to show you the child was murdered affects you more than if he showed the child being murdered. He just gives you absolutely genius, heartbreaking images. A clock to show you she's late. The mother looking at an empty staircase, waiting for her daughter to come home from school. Her place at the table unused. The ball rolling by itself to a stop. Her balloon caught in the electrical wires and flies away. Heartbreaking.
Whoa now! Hold! Who goes there? It is I, Arthur, son of Uther Pendragon from the castle of Camelot, king of the Britons, defeater of the Saxons, sovereign of all England. Pull the other one. I am, and this is my trusty servant Patsy. We have ridden the length and breadth of the land in search of knights who will join me in my court at Camelot. I must speak with your lord and master. What, ridden on a horse? Yes. You're using coconuts. What? You've got 2 empty halves of coconut and you're banging them together. So? We have ridden since the snows of winter covered this land. Through the kingdom of Mercia, through... Where'd you get the coconuts? We found them. Found them? In Mercia, the coconut's tropical. What do you mean? Well, this is a temperate zone. The swallow may fly south with the sun, or the house martin or the plover may seek warmer climes in winter, yet these are not strangers to our land. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Not at all. They could be carried. What? A swallow carrying a coconut? It could grip it by the husk. It's not a question of where he grips it. It's a simple question of weight ratios. A 5-ounce bird could not carry a 1-pound coconut. Well, it doesn't matter. Will you go and tell your master that Arthur from the court of Camelot is here? Listen, in order to maintain airspeed velocity, a swallow needs to beat its wings 43 times every second, right? Please! Am I right? I'm not interested. It could be carried by an African swallow. Oh, yeah, an African swallow may be, but not a European swallow, that's my point. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Will you ask your master if he wants to join my court at Camelot? But then, of course, African swallows are non-migratory. Oh, yeah. So they couldn't bring a coconut back anyway. Wait a minute. Supposing 2 swallows carried it together? No, they just have it on a line. Well, simple. They just use a strand of creeper. What, held under the dorsal guiding feathers? Well, why not?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of the funniest movies ever made. It was low budget, so they could not afford horses. So they took coconuts and slapped them together to make horse sounds. Funny, silly. But then they call themselves out for doing that, which is really smart. But then the character on top of the castle refuses to drop the fact they're using coconuts. He won't let the movie start. King Arthur wants to start the movie. He's being proper. He's saying the right lines. But they won't let him start the movie. That's brilliant. The original Nightmare on Elm Street. That opening scared the shit out of everybody. First of all, the idea that you can be attacked in your dream and nobody knows what the fuck is happening to you. Then add on top of that special effects, you getting cut without any blades, you flying midair, rolling over in midair, and then falling on the ceiling and on the walls. It was an unstoppable enemy. It was an impossible to fight enemy, a confusing enemy, terrifying. That scene set the tone for the entire movie. If you believe that scene, then you'll believe anything that comes after. That makes it a good opening.
Three of a kind. Let's do this.
That's it? 3 guys?
2 guys on the roof. Every guy gets a share. 5 shares is plenty.
6 shares. Don't forget the guy playing the job.
He thinks he can sit it out and still take a slice. I know why they call him the Joker.
So why do they call him the Joker? I heard he wears makeup. Makeup? Yeah, to scare people. You know, war paint.
The Dark Knight. Probably the greatest superhero movie ever made. What's great about this intro is that it lets you know the complexity of the Joker's thought process. It's a well thought out chaos. A bank robbery where the bank robbers have to kill each other. Who's the Joker? Who isn't the Joker? Criminals turning on each other. Is he out to kill innocent people? Who the hell knows? The only victims in this scene are the other criminals, besides the guy who gets shot in the legs. But everything is planned out to the minute detail, including key times when the other school buses are driving by. One of the greatest bank robbery scenes ever shot, and one of the greatest introductions of a villain ever. It sets the tone for the madness and the well thought out attacks that Batman is going to have to face in this particular movie. That's why it's the perfect opening for this movie.
So smart he'd have had us bring a bigger car. I'm betting the Joker told you to kill me as soon as we loaded the cash.
No. I killed a bus driver.
Bus driver? What bus driver?
School's out. Time to go. Guy's not getting up, is he? That's a lot of money. What happened to the rest of the guys?
Hi, driver.
Dracula. Now, even if you've never seen this movie, you know this scene. That's how good this opening is that it entered the consciousness of America. First of all, the first shot that you see Dracula, the camera pans in on his face. Apparently, in 1931, people were jumping out of their seats because they were being uncomfortably driven closer to this demon.
I say, driver, what do you mean by going at this?
But you know this scene. Renfield is on a rocky carriage, on a cliff top. His driver has disappeared. His luggage has disappeared. He knows where he's going isn't good, but he has a job to do.
I am Dracula.
Oh, it's really good to see you. I don't know what happened to the driver and my luggage and with all this, I thought I was in the wrong place.
I bid you welcome. Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
This was directed by Todd Browning. Now, we all know Bela Lugosi, but the other guy is terrific. That's Dwight Frye. He was also in the original Frankenstein. Dracula seems to walk through cobwebs without disturbing them. Like a spider in a net, he has trapped Renfield, and he's gonna drain his blood. Now, think about 1931 audiences. They had never seen anything like this. This scene was so terrifying that everyone knows it today, and it was done almost 100 years ago. That's a good opening.
The spider spinning his web for the unwary fly. The blood is the life, Mr. Renfield.
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Captain Jack Sparrow is probably one of the greatest characters ever written, at least in the first movie. He always seems to be failing, but yet he survives. It's almost like he has a plan to fail to survive. Notice the bucket. He's no longer using it, meaning he has this timed perfectly, which makes him really endearing and makes you really want to root for him. But also, nothing has to be said in this scene. The way he salutes the pirates means that he's a pirate, so we got that. The way he has everything timed perfectly means that he's pretty smart. And the fact that he's sinking means that he's kind of a fuck up too. So all that together, you got Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, movies like Birdman, Children of Men, and this one, 1917, have really long shots. In fact, this movie, 1917, looks like it's one long shot. But we're talking about openings. And the opening of the movie The Player was one long shot. This was directed by Robert Altman.
Yes, Mr. Levy, I'll just send a call.
He never say that. He's either in conference, in a meeting. He's always in. Now, who is that?
Oh, Larry Levy?
I hope there was nothing in the trades this morning, was there?
Well, I don't know. The mail's late.
We'll go get him. Now! I want them back here before he arrives.
Griffin, hi. Griffin, hi. Adam Simon. I know we're not supposed to meet till next week, but
A lot of you coming out. That's what I
we were meeting next
Well,
week.
yeah, I just wanted to plant the seed in your head just now, just so that, you know, it could...
I'm booked up. I can't hear
just
a pitch
picture
right
this.
now.
Picture this. Okay, it's a planet in the far, far future. It's a planet with 2 suns.
Who plays the sun?
No, suns. Large solar discs.
Listen, you got to run this idea by Bonnie Sherrill.
Pictures they make these days are all in...
Going from interior of offices to exteriors of offices, through conversations in golf carts on the street, through conversations through windows, from building to building to building, nothing was ever done like that before. Do you know how hard that is to pull off? You could set this up for hours and take 10 minutes to do it, and then somebody, a cameraman, a sound guy, an actor, could flub, and you gotta start all over. One of the most incredible opening shots in movie history.
Good. What do you got for me?
Okay, here it is. The Graduate, Part 2.
Oh, good.
Now listen, the 3 principals are still with us. Hoffman, Anne Bancroft, Catherine Ross. 25 years later. And so are the characters. Ben, Elaine, and Mrs. Robinson. Ben and Elaine are married. Still, they live in a big, old, spooky house up in Northern California somewhere. And Mrs. Robinson lives with them. Her aging mother, who's had a stroke.
Mrs.
Robinson had a stroke, so she can't talk.
It's going to be funny?
Yeah, it'll be funny.
With
Dark
a stroke?
and weird and funny and with a stroke.
Okay.
Sure, Martin Scorsese did a tracking shot in Goodfellas 2 years earlier, but it was like 2 minutes long, and it was in the middle of the movie, and it was all just one shot, and it was all just one angle with very little dialogue. This is an 8-minute opening shot that sprawls all over the lot of CBS Radford in Los Angeles. It's also self-reflective. They talk about making movies with tracking shots within the tracking shot. Very clever. I mean, look at this. It sprawls everywhere. This must have been a lot of fun to make.
Go on, I'm listening.
Anyway, he can start to read people's minds, and when he gets to the president's mind, it's completely blank. Completely blank.
Can I get you anything?
I'd like a beer, please.
We don't have beer.
Okay, wine, red wine, please. Of course, if someone gets killed at the end, they always do in political thrillers.
I tried to sort through what Doc Schwartz had said, but prison ain't the easiest place to think.
And when there was no meat, we ate fowl. And when there was no fowl, we ate crawdad. And when there was no crawdad to be found, we ate sand.
You ate what?
We ate sand.
You ate sand?
That's right.
Now, the first few minutes of Raising Arizona by the Coen brothers lets you know the background of the 2 main characters, Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter. Now, it's done really, really well. Instead of spending 20 minutes getting to know them, they just give you little snippets. Let you know that Nicolas Cage's character, High, is a repeat offender. And a good guy, because he never uses live ammo. And it'll let you know that Holly Hunter is a heartbroken cop.
My finance left me.
She said her fiancé had run off with a student cosmetologist who knew how to apply her feminine wiles. This son of a bitch.
Don't forget his phone call, lad.
Tell him I think he's a damn fool, Ed. You tell him I said so, H.I. McDonough. And if he wants to discuss it, he knows where to find me. In the Maricopa County Maximum Security Correctional Facility for Men, State Farm Road, number 31, Tempe, Arizona. I'll be waiting. I can't say I was happy to be back inside, but the flood of familiar sights, sounds, and faces almost made it feel like a homecoming.
But it's all really well done. In and out of prison, listening to his cellmate rattle on, robbing grocery stores, getting fingerprinted, getting photographed, the group therapy sessions in prison, all this repeats over and over and over again. And it's all done to bluegrass hillbilly music. Sets the tone for where it is, who the characters are, and in a really interesting, funny, and never done before way.
They got a name for people like you, High. That name is called recidivism.
Repeat offender.
Not a pretty name, is it, High?
No, sir. That's one bonehead name, but that ain't me anymore.
You're not just telling us what we want to hear.
No, sir, no way.
Because we just want to hear the truth.
Well, then I guess I am telling you what you want to hear.
Boy, didn't we just tell you not to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
Turn to the right.
I'm walking in here on my knees, Ed. Free man proposing. That occurred. And so it was.
Don't forget the bouquet, Ed.
I do.
You bet I do.
Okay, then.
About that day, I left him at a Greyhound station west of Santa Fe. We were 17, but he was sweet and it was true. Still, I knew what I had to do, 'cause I just knew. Summer Sunday nights, we'd sink into our seats right as they dimmed out all the lights. A technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen and live inside each scene.
La La Land. Now, sure, it looks like a commercial, but do you know how hard this is to pull off? The choreography and the blocking, where people are. Where are they standing? Where do they end up? The guy dancing on the car there has to wind up over here by the time the camera turns around. And on top of that, the song is about the movie. The two people that are singing tell the story of what's going to happen in the movie. And as a guy who lived in Los Angeles for 21 years, I can tell you, they cast this perfectly. This is what Los Angeles people look like.
Behind these hills, I'm reaching for light and chasing all the lights that shine bright. When they let you down, get up off the ground. This morning rolls around and it's another day of
Plus, I love the fact that they gave regular-looking people the chance to dance. I love that. They've been waiting their whole lives to get cast in something where they can dance. But they were told they were too regular-looking. Now look at them. I know personally how hard this would be to shoot. And besides the fact that it's catchy, and besides the fact that it's awesome, that alone is the reason it's a great opening. Plus, I love the fact that the whole thing takes place during a car jam. That even in traffic, Los Angeles is filled with people living with their dreams.
Now, if one were to determine what attribute the German people share with a beast, it would be the cunning and the predatory instinct of a hawk. But if one were to determine what attributes the Jews share with the beast, it would be that of the rat. The Führer and Goebbels' propaganda have said pretty much the same thing, but where our conclusions differ is I don't consider the comparison an insult. Consider for a moment the world a rat lives in. It's a hostile world, indeed. If a rat were to scamper through your front door right now, would you greet it with hostility?
I suppose I would.
Has a rat ever done anything to you to create this animosity you feel toward them?
Rats spread disease to bite people.
Rats were the cause of the bubonic plague, but that's some time ago. I propose to you any disease a rat could spread, a squirrel could equally carry. Would you agree?
Right.
Yet I assume you don't share the same animosity with squirrels that you do with rats, do you?
No.
Yet they're both rodents, are they not? And except for the tail, they even rather look alike, don't they?
It's an interesting thought, Herr Colonel.
However interesting as the thought may be, it makes not one bit of difference to how you feel. If a rat were to walk in here right now as I'm talking, would you greet it with a source of your delicious milk?
Probably not.
I didn't think so. You don't like them? You don't really know why you don't like them. All you know is you find them repulsive. Consequently, a German soldier conducts a search of a house suspected of hiding Jews. Where does the hawk look? He looks in the barn, he looks in the attic, he looks in the cellar, he looks everywhere he would hide. But there's so many places it would never occur to a hawk to hide. However, the reason the Führers brought me off my Alps in Austria and placed me in French cow country today is because it does occur to me.
Inglourious Bastards. Now this is an opening. What I love about this opening, there's no dancing, there's no camera tricks. This is just excellent writing, excellent acting, and excellent directing. We're used to Nazi soldiers coming off like dickheads. But here is a character who isn't really a Nazi. He's an Austrian detective, hired to find Jews. He's being really friendly, which is, in a way, almost more unsettling. And the brilliance of Tarantino in this scene is when he reveals to us that there are Jewish people hiding in the floorboards. He doesn't show us that right away. He shows us that halfway through. It's this performance and this writing meeting together that makes this scene so traumatic. This Frenchman knows that Hans Landa is going to find those Jewish people, but he's letting him live if he sells his soul. And he does. This scene works on so many levels. The first time I saw this in a movie theater, you could hear a pin drop. This actor came out of nowhere and delivers the Tarantino dialogue that we've all known so well in a way that brought it to life like we've never seen before, up our spine. Just truly, truly an incredible opening scene.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Yes.
You're sheltering them underneath your floorboards, aren't you?
Yes.
Citizen Kane. Now, this is considered by many to be the greatest movie ever made. Look at the imagery. The reflection on the pond makes everything look so eerie. The bars and the gate show you that this man inside this complex hates people, doesn't trust people, and yet it's a big castle. He fancies himself a lot, but yet it looks sad. It looks dark. This is not a happy person. The imagery is just so strange. It goes from the outside of the window to the inside of the window in a really magical way I've never seen done before. Of the snow globe breaking and the reflection on the nurse coming in on the snow globe. Plus, on top of it is the famous line, Rosebud. What does it mean? That sets the whole movie on a chase. That's the mystery. That's the hunt. That's why this line is one of the most famous lines in movie history. That's why this opening is one of the most famous openings in movie history. Yes, the script by Mankiewicz is amazing, but the direction of Orson Welles is unlike anything that was ever seen before. He was able to tell you who this person was before the person even spoke. At one time, he might have been happy, but he locked himself away, and now he's miserable. And he tells you that just with images.
Just like the Philadelphia mass turbulence of 1947.
You're right. No human being would stack books like this.
Listen. You smell something? Talk about telekinetic activity. Look at this mess.
Raymond, look at this.
Ectoplasmic residue.
Bankman, get a sample of this.
It's the real thing.
When somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it? I'd like to analyze it.
There's more over here.
I'm getting stronger readings here.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. Ah.
This way.
Come on. Oh.
Egon, your mucus.
This happened to you before? Huh. First time?
Now, before the sequels got all cartoonish, the original movie opened in a way that was really realistic. This is the way you would see a ghost. And they played it real. So there was real fear. And we felt it. They maintained a level of realism that was terrifying and yet funny. But funny in a way that was real. You see what I'm saying?
It's here.
A full torso apparition, and it's real.
So what do we do? Could you come over here and talk to me for a second, please? Could you just come over here for a second, please? Right over here.
Come here, Francine. Come here. What do we do? I don't know. What do you think? Stop that! We've got to make contact. One of us should actually try to speak to it.
Good idea.
Hello. I'm Peter. Where are you from? Originally. All right, okay. The usual stuff isn't working.
Okay. I have a plan. I know exactly what to do. Now stay close. Stay close. I know. Do exactly as I say. Get ready. Ready? Get her!
So when the ghost strikes and they run away scared, the audience broke out laughing in a way I'd never heard a theater break out laughing before. It was relief. It was a relief from 8 minutes of you being scared. That's a great opening. And it sets the tone for the rest of the movie. Once you believe, then they got you hooked, and they can do anything they want. I don't care if you're a gangster rapper. You're gonna cry watching the beginning of Up. It's the story of all of us. A young couple falls in love. They build a life together. No words at all, just telling a story through snippets. You can see from his family at the church that he's reserved. And he meets this colorful, beautiful woman who's so full of life and positivity. When he makes a mistake with his hand in the paint, she fixes it, letting him know that mistakes are okay. When she's talking about the turtle cloud, he closes his eyes, smiling. He just loves hearing her talk. What's great about this opening is not only does it tell the story about love, and not only does it tell the story about loss, it tells the story about why this man is the way he is for the rest of the movie. And they tell it non-verbally. And they tell it all within a 5-minute period. And it's something we can all identify with. Love and loss. And that's why it's one of the greatest openings of movies of all time. She's saying, it's time you continue the adventure without me. Now, everything I'm about to say about this opening, you've probably heard already before. In order for you to believe everything that's about to happen in this movie, you need to believe this first shot. When I was a kid and that starship flew over my head, I shut the fuck up. The music was not space-age music. It was classical. Instruments that we could recognize. So it grounded it in reality. But look at those special effects. They still hold up to this day. Those weren't computers. Those ships, those planets, they were real things they made. And look how good it looks. Plus, you have the introduction of the most famous bad guy in movie history. Harrison Ford said to George Lucas, I don't understand. Why is he in all black? And George Lucas said, well, it's an all-white background, and there's this black entity that enters it. It's going to counterbalance the white. It's like an evil, negative space. And Harrison Ford said, oh, okay. And he never questioned him again. You ever see that video of that dog who's watching this movie? When Darth Vader comes through the room, the dog hides behind the sofa. That's how simple it is. Darkness against the white. Ominous music. You just know that this guy's bad. It's the simplest story ever told. And this opening scene not only sets up the universe, but sets up the goodness and the badness. One of the greatest opening shots of all time. Saving Private Ryan. The attention to detail Spielberg showed at recreating one of the worst days ever in American history. It's as if we're really there. He immersed you in the feeling of being there. When they're underwater, you're underwater. When they get shot, you get shot. When they're on fire, you're on fire. When they're scared, you're scared. How many bloodlines were ended that day? And he treats the whole thing with absolute respect by making it absolutely real. He did his research. This is what happened. This is how it looked. Do you know how hard that must have been to recreate this? Not only technically, which was astounding, but also mentally and spiritually. It must have been a really hard month shooting this, and I'm sure it took a month. When this scene went on in the movie theater, everybody's hearts were in their throat. And this really happened. And this is the closest representation to date. This is the closest we'll ever get to what happened that day.
Stay out of the light.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, there's been better action sequences since this, but this one, in particular, caught the imagination of the world. Nothing was like this before. The whole mood of it was different that we'd never seen before. Spielberg, George Lucas, scriptwriter Lawrence Kasdan, and Harrison Ford, all four of them at the top of their game. But Lawrence Kasdan came up with all these really creative steps for Indy to pass on the way to this artifact.
Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here. That's what scares me.
Stay here.
If you insist, senor.
It was just so creative and different. Plus, it's endearing. Indiana keeps making mistakes. Spielberg shows you what you need to see. Look at that shot of the empty holes. He's letting you know darts could come out of there any second. That's why he's a great director. Who else would have thought to shoot the empty holes? Then there's that beautiful John Williams score again, keeping you on the edge of your seat, making you feel what Spielberg wants you to feel. Spielberg had a way of appealing to everybody by leading you step by step, showing you what you needed to see in order for you to understand fully what's happening, and then escalating it, and then putting in the comedy, and then making your heart race. And then, to top it all off, there's one of the most iconic images in movie history. He starts from the back of Indiana Jones, so you know what's coming is from behind him. And he zooms in, so you know that whatever's behind him is coming. I cannot believe my number 2 pick is copyright protected. Again Spielberg, and again John Williams, with that music, dum-dum. It's just a heartbeat. It's just an eating machine. Jaws, my most favorite movie. There's no way to describe to somebody who wasn't alive at the time how this particular opening scene scared the fuck out of America. People were afraid to go in the water after this. It was not knowing what was underneath. It was not seeing the monster. Imagine being killed by something you can't see. Steven and somebody else had the actress on ropes, and they would pull her back and forth. They put the rope under an anchor underwater, and they pull on it to drag her under. This is a really violent scene. The imagery of this specific scene made this movie the very first blockbuster. It changed the movie business. It was so successful. From now on, it was all about what kind of money we could make, because this movie broke the charts. It was the end of the auteur director. From now on, the studios were in charge because they saw money. That's how good this scene was. It ended movies. Now, unlike every movie we've seen so far, this movie has the most important subject. It's not about love. It's not about war. It's not about comedy. It's about the evolution of man. This is the moment where man discovers tools. This is the birth of man. That's a big subject to take on. And look how realistic it is. To take on that subject matter alone is pretty ballsy. But to do it so perfectly, Jiminy fuckness. This is why the greatest director of all time, Steven Spielberg, was in awe of Stanley Kubrick. Now he gets to use tools to hunt. He gets to use tools to defend himself and his tribe. The subject matter of the movie means that he was inspired by the heavens. By staring at the stars above, man knows there's more out there. And that makes man try harder. You see, Kubrick didn't make movies. Kubrick made films. And then he takes his tool and he throws it up in the air, and millions of years later, we see our most recent tool. That's real poetry. That's the capability of film. That's why this movie is special. Now, what the movie goes on to say about our own tools can kill us, that's something else. But as far as openings go, you can't get a better one than this one. All right, those are the top 25 greatest opening scenes in movie history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, wash your ass.